You're watching Channel 2, Houston's home for news.
You know, this video can be hard to watch. A woman getting trampled by a Houston police officer's horse right there. I mean, Dominique, she never saw it coming.
At all.
No.
And this all happened during the George Floyd protest back in May. And like you said, she was completely blindsided by this. She is now planning to sue the department and the city. Channel 2 investigator Robert Arnold spoke to that young woman and her attorneys. Robert, what are they seeking with this legal action?
Melissa Sanchez says she wants to know that what happened to her matters to the city and specifically to the police department. She says she did nothing to provoke that incident.
I didn't have anybody else to go with. I went alone that day.
No justice! No peace!
Adding her voice to the calls for greater police accountability during the May protests was important to 20-year-old Melissa Sanchez.
I loved how I seen different faces, different bodies, different energies, and it was just, we were all a family together.
That sense of unity was then jolted. Sanchez was hit from behind and knocked to the ground by a mounted patrol officer. She never saw it coming.
It happens so quick. It's scary. It's sad. It's traumatizing.
Shortly after the incident and before Sanchez's name was known, Mayor Sylvester Turner tweeted an apology and said this.
People have the right to demonstrate and march. Our job is to protect them and their rights.
On the same day, Police Chief Art Acevedo said he believes the run-in was an accident.
Officers are taking rocks and bottles. I would ask the public to look at where that mounted officer, where his gaze is at. He's looking right ahead.
Why didn't he just stop? Why didn't he get off? It's just so much that's just still open.
Melissa was lucky. You know, a 1,200-pound hoof didn't land on her head or on her back and paralyze her.
Sanchez is represented by Corpus Christi attorney Bob Hilliard and nationally recognized attorney Ben Crump, who also represents George Floyd's family.
This lack of respect, this lack of dignity, this lack of humanity. I mean, he's supposed to be the professional.
In a letter to the city, Crump writes Sanchez sustained injuries to her knee, legs, back, and neck. The letter reads she will settle with the city for $5 million to cover medical bills and lost wages. She also wants a direct apology.
And I'm not speaking through text or social media. I want a person face to face. I want to know that you actually feel sorry for this.
Now, even though both Mayor Turner and Chief Acevedo spoke following this incident, neither would comment further because of the pending lawsuit. An internal affairs investigation was also launched, and HPD officials say that investigation is not yet complete. Live in the newsroom, Robert Arnold, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
Robert,